I'm Richard Clarke. I record these talks every day as a way to deepen my inquiry. Listen each day and deepen your own practice. Welcome. I'm reviewing and commenting on the book Talks with Sri Ramana Maharshi. Today is from Talk 615. Another from the group asks, how is the ego to be destroyed? Maharshi, hold the ego first, and then ask how it is to be destroyed. Who asked this question? It is the ego. Can the ego ever agree to kill itself? This question is a sure way to cherish the ego and not to kill it. If you seek the ego, you will find it does not exist. That is the way to destroy it. In this connection, I am often reminded of a funny incident which took place while I was living in the West Chitra Street in Madura. A neighbor in an adjoining house anticipated the visit of a thief to his house. He took precautions to catch him. He posted policemen in his mufti to guard the two ends of the lane, the entrance and the back door to his own house. The thief came as expected, and the men rushed to catch him. He took in the situation at a glance and shouted, "Hold him! Hold him! There! He runs! There! There!" Saying so, he made good his escape. So it is with the ego. Look for it, and it will not be found. That is the way to get rid of it. The questioner asks how the ego is to be destroyed. Sri Ramana Maharshi responds with a sharp counterpoint. Before asking how to destroy the ego, you must first hold on to it. This shifts the focus from an intellectual question to direct experience. Who is asking this question? It is the ego itself. The very act of questioning assumes that the ego exists as a solid entity, separate from the one who is aware of it. But if the ego is examined closely, it begins to disappear. Ramana points out that the ego will never willingly agree to its own destruction. The question itself, how to destroy the ego, keeps it alive by treating the ego as something real. This creates a paradox. The ego, which is a false identification, asks how to remove itself. But the ego's existence is only assumed, not proven. The real task is not to fight the ego, but to look for it. If you seek it, you will find that it has no independent existence. This is the way to be free of it, to find it for yourself, its non-existence. To illustrate this, Ramana recalls an incident from his youth. A man, fearing a thief, set up a trap by posting guards at every exit of his house. When the thief arrived and saw the situation, he outwitted everyone by loudly shouting, "Hold him! There he goes!" and escaping unnoticed as the guards chased an imaginary thief. This is exactly how the ego operates. It diverts attention away from itself, keeping the search outward rather than inward. Instead of being caught, it remains hidden by creating distractions. Ramana's teaching is clear. Stop chasing the ego as though it were an object to be eliminated. Instead, turn attention inward. Who is the I that feels separate? Where does this sense of individuality arise? If this inquiry is sustained, the ego dissolves because it is not an actual entity, only a habitual thought pattern. What remains is the self, which has always been present but obscured by mistaken identification. Ramana Maharshi's explanation is not meant as a theory, but as something to be tested in direct experience. If you truly search for the ego, you will find that it is only a collection of thoughts without substance. In seeing this, the illusion is undone, and the natural state of the self shines without obstruction. So know yourself and be always free and at peace. In 40 Verses on Reality, Ramana Maharshi explains the nature of the self, the ultimate reality, and self-inquiry. My new book, with my comments and inquiry questions, opens these teachings up and brings them into your practice and experience. Available now from Amazon. Link in the video description. These videos bring Ramana's teachings into your direct experience. Click subscribe to see more. Click thumbs up to like, and send questions and start a dialogue with a comment